Hi everybody, so Arma 3 in 2020, what's it like to play this game from a console player's perspective? Because you may also be wondering, actually, why Arma 3? So if you're thinking, why would you want to play Arma 3? All you need to do is do a quick YouTube search for Arma 3 gameplay, or Arma 3 amazing gameplay, and you'll see all these different scenarios. Arma 3 is a kind of Call of Duty Modern Warfare era, Battlefield 4 kind of era, first person, I think you play third person as well, sandbox shooter. It's a military simulation. You know, it's going beyond the likes of Battlefield to take things to a really detailed level when it comes to your inventory and the controls, and what you can do with these massive maps, loads of different weapons. And it kind of has a single player element. It has a multiplayer element, a simpler multiplayer element, you know, like King of the Hill or Team Deathmatch, that sort of thing. And then you have the bigger kind of role play element as well, where you and a load of people can be fighting a war across the, you know, a massive island with tanks and aircraft and you know, using authentic sounding radios and tactics, all this sort of stuff. It's really, you know, very impressive, very in-depth and very detailed. And of course, you know, for me who likes games like Call of Duty and Battlefield and DAYZ and stuff, you know, it's always held a lot of attraction to, but you can't play it on console. You know, they haven't released a version for console. Maybe with the next generation at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, we'll get a version of it. So it's always been like, you know, I really would like to have a go at that. And then with the introduction of the GeForce Now streaming service, which you can play for free, if you own Arma 3 on Steam, and you can pick it up cheap, can't you, in the Steam sales, or if you look for a CD key, a key, Steam key, you can get it fairly cheap. You can play it on a low-powered laptop, because that's the thing kind of holding me back. I have got a laptop, but it's not a gaming laptop. It's about 5 years old. It just cannot play, games like that. It just doesn't get close. But with GeForce Now, you can. So there we go. So what is it like to play it? Well, I would say with the GeForce Now service, streaming the game from their servers, in my case in Western Europe somewhere, it seems to play very nicely. The graphics look good. I mean, I'm playing it through a spotty Wi-Fi connection because my laptop has this problem where it loves disconnecting from the wired LAN. It just says, I've had enough. I'm not connecting via LAN. We're going to work via Wi-Fi now. So, you know, which isn't the best way to connect to it. You really want to be on wired if you can. But it seems to play fine. And the graphics looks good. And I've worked my way through several, you know, the training scenarios, and now I've played quite a lot of the single player campaign, and I've played a few games of multiplayer as well. So I can kind of give my opinion of what it's like to play. And the big thing I would say about Arma 3 is that it still holds a lot of attraction to me, and I want to learn more, but it is so hard. It is really, really difficult to play this game. I think it's probably a combination of a couple of things. The first is the fact that I'm completely inept when it comes to keyboard and mouse controls. I don't think I've ever really played keyboard and mouse with video games. I think the last time I was really into PC gaming was back when the original Doom was out, and Doom 2, and that was just all keyboard, wasn't it? You didn't bother using the mouse, I think. You were just using like the arrow keys and WASD. And so I've got this massive learning curve of trying to, you know, do movement on my fingers and aiming with my mouse when I'm so used to using a controller. And I'm determined to stick with trying to do it like that. I know there's workarounds where you could use a controller, but there's so many commands you need to learn to move your soldier effectively around the battlefield that, you know, I'm sticking with that. So that's one of the reasons. And the other reason is it's a hard game anyway. You know, this is a military simulation. When you come up against enemy AI, and trust me, I have turned the enemy AI down so they've got no skill and no accuracy. But if you're in a situation where you start shooting at them, they figure out where you are and they start shooting at you, you're going to die pretty soon unless you can maneuver out of the situation and get out of their line of sight, reposition and re-engage. So it's very difficult like that. I guess there's also some quality of life stuff in the fact that I don't think it saves the game quite enough times when you're working your way through the single player scenarios. but that is really hard. And then you'll go into like the quick play multiplayer, and you'll be playing like King of the Hill, and it's super impressive. You know, you're flying into the battle on a helicopter, you know, piloted by another player, and then you jump out, and then and then I'm like, Christ, how do I crouch? How do I do this? You know, and I'm pressing the wrong button, I'm not aiming properly, and all this sort of stuff, and you end up getting killed, and then you've got to try and get back into the battle again, and it all gets a little bit frustrating. So I kind of feel that I want to learn more Arma 3. I want to play it. But it's gonna need hundreds of hours to get used to this, for me anyway. Mate, if you're already familiar with mouse and keyboard playing, you'll probably pick it up a lot quicker than I did, because I've kind of got this barrier that I've get through. And at the moment, there's a lot of other amazing content that I'm kind of working on. You know, we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is brilliant, and we've got probably going to be getting the Battle Royale mode coming out soon. You know, there's more and more DAYZ content that I want to put out and get. DAYZ I want to play. There's the new Zombie Army 4 game. We've got the Hunt Showdown I've picked up, so I'm going to be doing loads of that. Rust, I think, is coming out on console soon as well, isn't it? So I haven't really got the time to put the hundreds of hours in I need to get to a point with Arma 3 where I can be really competent and do stuff. So what I've kind of decided to do is, when I have some spare time and I fancy it, I'll be playing more Arma 3 and learning about it. But I think my ideas of kind of doing, you know, quick start user guides for it, you know, probably that's not going to happen for a long time, because there's loads of great content out there already showing you know, how to play Arma 3. But you know me, what I like doing is I like to get to know the basics of a game, get to understand how to get better at it, and then share that with everybody else. So what's it like to play Arma 3 in 2020? Really good. And you can play it through GeForce Now on your old computer, but it's really hard. It really is hard. If just in case you didn't quite get that, this is a hard game to play. So anyway, don't let that put you off. If you're thinking, I've got the time to do this, I want to put some time in, you know, by all means go for it. But just remember, it's really hard. Okay, anyway, that's enough from me. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, put your questions and comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.